Another one of my favorite movies of all time, Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange, starring Malcolm McDowell. This is the 2-disc special edition, which there's not a whole lot on it. It's mostly just like stuff that was on TV about it, so there's not like a brand new documentary, nothing like that. I really like this movie because of how bizarre it is. But yeah, this is my favorite Kubrick film. Picked that one up pretty cheap. Seems like I've been saying this a lot, but another one of my absolute favorites, Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction, which I love this movie. It stars Uma Thurman, John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson, Ving Rhames, Bruce Willis, and tons of other great people. And the cool thing about this DVD, you actually get a menu for Jackrabbit Slims and the $5 shakes. Cool film. Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors of all time. Highly recommend that one a lot. Love that movie. I picked this one up at Big Lots for $3, which was kind of weird because for a long time this version of the movie was out of print, and there's a better edition of it now, but like it was $3. I couldn't turn it down. It was Last House on the Left, directed by Wes Craven, starring David Hess and a bunch of other people. David Hess is great in this movie, but I actually like him better in a Hitchhiking House on the Edge of the Park. Yeah, I couldn't remember. There's too many House movies. But this is a good one too. It's probably one of Wes Craven's better movies. I'm not a big Wes Craven fan, but I really like that movie a lot. It's a good exploitation film. Couldn't believe Blockbuster, Big Lots had it for $3. This next one here is the work print edition of the Dead Pit documentary Into the Pit. The Shocking Story of DeadPit.com. Great documentary. And this is just a work print edition, which there's not any more of these left. They sold them all. And I'm not sure when the official DVD is going to be out. I know the director submitted it to a bunch of film festivals here recently, so hopefully they'll get distribution and put this out, because this is a great documentary. I've watched it 3 or 4 times, and I have a ball each time I watch it. Really informative, really fun. Great. Pick it up when it comes out. This next one is one of the new deluxe editions of the Friday 13th. It's Friday 13th, the final chapter, directed by Joseph Zito. It has Crispin Glover in it, which is cool. I hadn't watched this one in a long time. The reason I picked it up, this definitely is my favorite of the original Friday 13th 8. Well, I guess I should say the best of them already, because none of the New Line ones are anywhere near as good as this one either. But this is a really, really good one. Kind of deluxe. I mean, there's some good special features on it, but not really at the same time. But hey, it's cheap. Pick it up if you don't own them already. If you do own them, I can't regularly recommend them a whole lot. We're getting down to the best of the best now. This one is a Dead Pit on the Road Season 1, with reviews for The Abandoned, Dead Silence, Hill of Ice 2, Grindhouse 28 Weeks Later, Bug, Hostel 2, Captivity, Rob Zombie's Halloween, Saw 4, and 30 Days a Night. Funny, these guys are awesome. I listen to their show every week, watch all the YouTube videos. You can check them out at the YouTube channel Wes Vance. Great guys, and I recommend this too. Hilarious DVD. What I really like about it is, like, before each review, they have like little few seconds of stuff you didn't get to see on YouTube, which for a nerd like myself, that's awesome. So check that out. This is one of my all-time favorite exploitation films, just because, I don't know, I just always, since I saw it when I rented it a long time ago, I've loved this movie. When the DVD came out, I really, really wanted it. I finally picked it up. It's the 2-disc True Masterpiece Collection edition of Combat Shock, directed by Buddy Giovinazzo, starring Buddy Giovinazzo's brother, which I can't remember his name. Hold on a second. Rick Giovinazzo, who does an amazing job in this movie. This is like seriously like one of the most depressing horror films ever made. Well, it's not even a horror film. I shouldn't call it a horror film. It's basically about a guy who comes home from Vietnam, can't get a job, his friend's a junkie, his baby's mutated by Agent Orange, his wife's nagging him, they have no money, they're starving, and it's basically just a day-to-day grind of what this guy has to go through. And this seriously has one of the most disturbing and depressing endings you could ever see in a horror film. I keep calling it a horror film. It's not a horror film at all. But the only real downfall to this movie is how phony the baby looks. But at the same time, you can, with how good the acting and stuff is, you can look over that. It's got 2 cuts of the film. It's got an American Nightmare and Combat Shock. I've only watched the American Nightmare. I haven't watched the Combat Shock version yet, so I can't really compare them. But I love this movie, and I highly recommend Combat Shock. Pick that DVD up. One of the best DVDs from Troma. Like I said, the Bloodsting Freaks DVD kind of sucked. This one's great. And the last one I've got here is... Oh god, my DVD just fell over. Oh, the phone rings, of course. But I'm not going to stop it. Hold on a second. Alright, anyways. Is from a director who I'm really becoming a big fan of. And it's this one's Fred Vogel's August Underground Penance, which is the 3rd and final edition of August Underground. Yeah. Well, when you talk about the August Underground series, to say you love them is kind of odd because they're very dark and grim and super violent and super nasty. But the way Fred Vogel puts these things together, I just really like them. I've seen more of them. I've not seen the first one. It's the only one of the ones I own. I definitely want to get them all up. And I want the Red Sin Tower and Maskhead, which is the newest toe tag. I own this in Murder Collections Volume 1, and both these movies have really turned me into a big fan of Fred Vogel and toe tag. If you like darker, more disturbing horror, then you gotta see this at least once. I mean, it's not for everybody. Some people like the funner stuff, and I understand that, but I definitely like a lot of the more grimmer exploitation style horror films, and this is a great one. There's no plot. There's just a tape of serial killers who, you know, through the tape you see their vicious acts, and this definitely has some of the most nasty ones. I think Mortem's a little more vile, but this one's definitely better put together, and the kill scenes aren't as long as they were in Mortem, which was a big problem with Mortem. But yeah, I highly recommend August Underground's Penance. Check that out. And that's all my DVDs. That's a lot of crap, and I feel like I went through them a little too fast, but they'll have to do because I don't want to make a 10-minute video. So, until I either buy some more stuff or figure out something to do, I will see you all later.
Yellow shit like years ago, time to get out of control.